Well, joining us now live from London is former Reform UK candidate Mayuran Senthilnathan. Great to see you as always, Mayuran. A couple of things really keen to get your thoughts on. The Graham Lyonan arrest, which is extraordinary. Talk about, Orwellian censorship gone absolutely insane. But also this resignation of the Deputy PM, Angela Rayner. She's a hardcore lefty. She had to step down. Here's Nigel Farage talking about it.
Well, it was inevitable, wasn't it, really? You can't be housing secretary and avoid £40,000 worth of stamp duty. It's just as simple as that. So, in the last few minutes, Angela Rayner was gone, but not just as housing secretary. Now, more significantly, she's gone as deputy leader of the Labour Party and deputy prime minister. That means there will be an internal election within the Labour Party, and you're going to see the hard left of Labour shouting very, very loudly.
And we've seen that, Mayuran. So tell us what's happened. Tell us all about it. Thanks.
Yeah, so this is a really big blow for Keir Starmer. Angela Rayner, the Deputy Prime Minister, because of her tax affairs, has effectively had no option but to leave government and effectively leave her role. So Keir Starmer has exploited the situation by organising a massive reshuffle of his cabinet, which is really just incompetent ministers, the same individuals who've achieved next to nothing being put into new positions. So you've got Yvette Cooper, who's presided over increased illegal migration, being moved to Foreign Secretary, and David Lammy, who was the previous Foreign Secretary, who in his opening first speech said that the greatest threat that Britain ever is facing is not from Vladimir Putin or from Xi Jinping or from Iran, but from climate change. And so he's now been moved into the Deputy Prime Minister role to replace Angela Rayner. But this is effectively a zombie cabinet, a zombie government that achieves nothing and doesn't understand the radical things that need to be done for this country. But what Nigel was alluding to there, that this could start effectively a domino effect, because there are many fault lines within the Labour Party. The Labour Party is organised and made up of globalists, socialists, woke identity politicians, the Gazan vote, the working class industrial vote, climate change activists. You can't hold all of these people together in a singular ideology, especially under Keir Starmer. And Angela Rayner leaving is now going to exploit these fault lines. Now, just a couple of days ago, Nigel went openly and said that he believes that the next general election won't be in 2029, but will be 2027, because he believes this Labour government will collapse under the stress of what is about to happen. We have a new hard left party that's just been formed under Jeremy Corbyn. We have an economic crisis where the economy is on a cliff edge. We have illegal migration, which is leading to civil unrest, and the Labour government is tanking in the polls. That stress will expose these fault lines and effectively, I think, trigger a vote of no confidence from the backbenches and will lead to a collapse of the government by 2027. That's what I'm hoping for, and that's what Nigel Farage is predicting.
Sounds great news for me. I love the sound of that. James?
Well, in the meantime, whenever that election is held, you've still got potentially years of this government, this zombie government, as you describe it, that from where I sit seems to really not like the people or the country that it is governing. Now, I've been shocked to see all of these displays of English flags, which you would think be normally wonderful displays of patriotism. But apparently, according to GB News, the Home Office has decided to set up a hate crimes unit because apparently displays of English flags set up a narrative challenge. What is this narrative that the flags, the good old St. George Cross, might be challenging there?
Well, once again, patriotism has been conflated with far-right activism. Now, I understand the St. George's flag in the past, years ago, was associated with some far-right activism. But we're now in 2025. And I think if you're an ethnic minority or anyone who looks at the St. George's flag or the Union Jack and feels intimidated or threatened by it, I would argue that it's more likely that you're not integrated or you don't actually value this country. I personally, whenever I see a St. George's flag or Union Jack, I feel elated. I feel a sense of pride. Now, in 2025, we live in a situation where London is minority white, 35% white, as are towns and cities like Birmingham, Luton, Leicester, and so on. We have the white working class girls who have been denied justice because of stoking community tensions when it comes to the grooming gang scandals. We have state-sponsored DEI, which is anti-white racism sponsored by the state. You know, we even have things like the government legislating it in court and fighting in court against local citizens to keep migrant hotels opened, arguing that migrants actually have more rights than the local citizens. And so when you have that kind of situation in 2025, how can you conclude that this country is racist or that there is a risk of far-right activism? You can't conclude that. So what we're really seeing is this, what we call Operation Raise the Colours, is what this has been officially termed, is the oppressed majority rallying against multicultural dogma and an establishment that will not listen.